Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm really excited about this one. In this video, we're kicking things off with React, one of the most powerful and in-demand JavaScript libraries out there. React lets us build fast, interactive, and modern user interfaces by breaking everything into small, reusable components. And the best part? When data changes, React automatically updates the screen for us. No page refresh, no stress. So if you're ready to level up your front-end skills and actually understand how React works from the ground up, grab your laptop, stay focused, and let's jump right in. Alright, let's get started. First things first, we need to open our terminal. You can do this quickly by pressing Ctrl-Shift on your keyboard. Or you can head up to the menu bar, click Terminal, and then select New Terminal. Once the terminal is open, the very first thing we want to do is make sure all the required tools are installed on our system. We'll start by checking if Node.js is installed. In the terminal, type Node version. If you see a version number, that means Node.js is already installed and ready to go. If not, no worries at all. Let me show you how to install it. Simply open your browser, search for nodejs.org, scroll down, and click on the Windows installer if you're using Windows. If you're on a different operating system, click the drop-down menu to see more options. For example, macOS users can select the macOS installer, and Linux users can follow the instructions provided there. Now back in our terminal. Since Node.js is installed, we also need to verify a couple of additional tools that come with it. Next, let's check npm, which we'll be using for many important operations. Type npm version. And there we go, npm is installed. Finally, we need to check npx, type npx-version, perfect. If you see version numbers for all three, that means your system is fully set up and ready. If at this point you're wondering what Node, npm, or npx actually do, feel free to check out my other videos where I explain each of them clearly and in detail. Now comes the exciting part, creating our very first React application. In the terminal, type npx create react-app, followed by your project name. For this example, I'll call it Hello World. You can name yours anything you like. Just make sure you avoid capital letters unless you want to deal with unnecessary errors later. Once you run that command, React will start setting everything up for us. This process may take a few minutes, so just give it some time to do its thing, and once it's done, we'll come right back and continue. As you can see, our very first React application has been successfully created using the name we provided. In my case, I used Hello World, and you can see the folder right here. Before we write a single line of code, I want us to take a moment to understand the folder structure of a React application, so you don't get confused as we move forward. Let's start with package.json. This file is basically the configuration file for our application. Inside it, you'll find important information such as the name of the app, the version number, and the dependencies the project relies on. Next, before we talk about the src folder, let's take a quick look at the public folder. If we open it, you'll notice several files here, but the only one you really need to focus on right now is index.html. Inside index.html, you'll see plain HTML code, which I'm assuming you're already familiar with, and if not, no worries at all. I've got separate videos where I explain HTML step by step. We'll come back to this file later, so let's move on for now. Now let's head to the most important folder in our entire React learning journey, the src folder. This is where we'll spend most of our time. The first file we need to look at is index.js. The first thing I want you to notice here is that we are selecting a DOM element called root, which actually comes from our index.html file. Don't stress if this looks confusing right now. We'll break everything down and go through it slowly, step by step. The next file we need to check is App.js. As you can see, it's simply a JavaScript function that returns HTML-like code, which we call JSX, and at the end of a file, it's being exported. Now here's the connection. Back in index.js, we are importing and calling the app function that we just created in app.js. Alright, so far, let's take a quick moment to see what we've actually achieved. To do that, let's bring our terminal back. The very first thing we need to do before anything else is make sure we're inside our project folder. In the terminal, type cd hello world. Once we're inside the folder, we can start our React development server by typing npm start. And there we go. Woohoo! Our very first React application is now running. As you can see in the browser, React is telling us that we can edit App.js, which is located inside the Sark folder. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. Open the Sark folder, then open App.js, and scroll down to around line 10. This is the part of the file we can edit. You can type anything you want here. For example, let me change it to Hello Kitty. And boom, just like that, the browser updates automatically. And there you have it. You've officially built and modified your very first React application. That's a huge step, and you should be proud of yourself. And congratulations for making it this far. You're doing an amazing job. If at any point this feels like too much, don't worry at all. We're going to explain everything from scratch in a clear and simple way. For now, let's take a short coffee break, relax a bit, and when we come back, we'll continue building together.